Thousand miles of journey start with a single step. I would also like to start my topic with beautiful greeting for the day. I am Ved Prakash Tiwari, Assistant Professor, School of Pharmacy, Bhubaneswar Siddharth University, Lucknow. I am here to represent my views about very fascinating topic, that is surface free energy and spreading coefficient. I would like to start with surface tension. Surface tension is defined as the force in dynes acting on the surface of the liquid at right angles to any length of the surface, that is 1 centimeter. The surface tension is observed in liquid due to intermolecular forces. The magnitude of surface tension is also a measure of the strength of the intermolecular attractive forces. Considering an example of water in a beaker, a molecule present in a bulk phase of water, that is B, is attracted equally from all sides by neighboring molecules. Hence, the net pulling acting on the molecule B is zero. Now, considering a molecule S that lies on the surface, it is partially surrounded by the other molecules. There are no molecules above it. This molecule is attracted by the molecules below and the expressions downward pull. The adhesive force between the molecule, that is S, and the air above it are weaker than the cohesive force and cannot balance in inward pull on the molecule, that is S. These unbalanced molecules acting downward tend to draw the surface molecules into the bulk of the liquid. This type of behavior tends to reduce the surface area to the minimum. The force acting on the surface of the liquid is called as the surface tension. Here the best example of the surface tension. Now the next topic is, that is interfacial tension. With the help of this example, you can see over here, it is defined as the force per unit length existing at the interface between two immiscible liquids. When two liquids are completely miscible, the interface cannot be observed and hence do not possess interfacial tension. For example, water and ethyl alcohol. On other hand, benzene and water system has an interface and shows interfacial tension. Now, I would like to discuss about the surface free energy. Surface tension maintains the surface area of the liquid to a minimum. The surface area cannot be increased, improved, providing some work is being done against the force at the surface. Surface free energy is defined as the work required to increase the area of a liquid by 1 centimeter square. The work must be done increase liquid surface area, where the gamma is surface tension or surface free energy per unit surface. Here the best example of the surface free energy, and surface free energy is denoted via W is equal to gamma delta A, where W is work done or surface free energy increase expressed in Hertz, and gamma is surface tension in dynes per centimeter, and delta A is increase in R in centimeter square. Here the question, what is the work required to increase area of a liquid droplet by 10 centimeter square if the surface tension is 49 dynes per centimeter? Then answer will be W is equal to 49 dynes per centimeter x 10 centimeter square will be 490 Earths. Now the next point is spreading coefficient. This is very important point. When a oleic acid is dropped on water, it is immediately spread on the surface of the water. Oleic acid, that is a spreading liquid, that is denoted by L, and water is, that is sublayer of the liquid, that is denoted by S. Generally, spreading occurs when adhesive force is more than cohesive force. When a drop of oleic acid is placed on the surface of the water, it will spread as a film. If the spreading is spontaneous, the surface free energy of the system is reduced. Here the principle of the spreading coefficient find applications in the pharmacy. Here the two major applications. First one is absorption of the medicament. For example, when a cream or lotion is applied on the skin, it has to be spread on the affected area and permits absorption of the medicament. Normally, surfactants are added for the for formulation in increase the polarity and spreading coefficient. And next application is stabilizing of the emulsions. For example, a blend of surfactants are mixed with the oil and it is spreading on the water surface layer is evaluated. Based on the result, a suitable blend of the surfactants are selected for the preparation of the stable emulsions. In spreading coefficient, two major points comes. First one is work of cohesion and work of adhesion. I would like to start with work of cohesion. Work of cohesion, that is denoted by WC, may be defined as the surface free energy increased by the separating a column of pure liquid into two halves. Surface free energy increase, that is gamma dA, and WC is equal to gamma L dA plus dA is equal to 2 gamma L dA. Here the column is of cross sectional area, that is 1 centimeter square. WC is equal to 2 gamma L. Work of cohesion, it is the energy of required to separate the molecules of the spreading liquid, says oleic acid. There are no interfacial tension when a liquid alone is considered for cohesive force. When a hypothetical cylinder is divided, two new surfaces are created as in the figure. I would like to discuss about the work of adhesion. Work of adhesion, that is denoted by WA, may be defined as the surface free energy increased by separating a column of two immiscible liquid at its boundary into two sections. As two sections of immiscible liquids are already separated by a boundary, the energy requirement will be less by an amount, that is gamma ls dA. WA is equal to gamma L dA plus gamma S dA minus gamma LS dA. Here the columns are of cross-sectional area, that is 1 centimeter square. WA is equal to gamma L plus gamma S minus gamma LS. Work of coadhesion, it is the energy required to bring out the adhesion between the unlike molecules. The same amount of energy is required to even to break the adhesive forces between the liquids. Now consider the hypothetical cylinder of sublayer liquid, that is denoted by S, presents below the similar sections of the spreading liquid, that is L, as shown in the figure. Spreading coefficient, that is S, is the difference between work of adhesion and work of cohesion. S is equal to WA minus WC is equal to gamma L plus gamma S minus gamma LS का whole minus 2 gamma L is equal to gamma S minus gamma L minus gamma LS. S is equal to gamma S minus gamma L plus gamma Ls, where gamma L is equal to surface tension of the spreading liquid and gamma S is equal to surface tension of the sublayer of the liquid and gamma Ls is equal to interfacial tension. With the help of this example, you can see over here, the lens spreading occurs when spreading coefficients is positive, that is gamma S is greater than gamma L plus gamma LS, when spreading coefficient is negative energy, that is gamma L plus gamma Ls is less than gamma S. Spreading liquids form globules or floating lens, that is spreading will not take place. Now here are some basic points are given over here. When a free energy of a spreading liquid and the interfacial tension with the sublayer is less than that of sublayer, the spreading becomes spontaneous in an attempt or to reduce free energy of the sublayer. There may be saturation of the liquid with the other, and there may be change in surface tension of the sublayer of the liquid. In case the spreading coefficient may become negative after saturation, the spreading liquid form a lens on surface of the sublayer. Fatty acids and alcohols have high spreading coefficient, and as non-polar chain length increases in an acid or alcohol, spreading coefficient decreases. And propionic acid and ethyl alcohol having high spreading coefficient, and liquid petroleum do not spread on the water. Here are some applications of spreading coefficient. First one is absorption of medicament from creams, lotions, XYZ. And next one is stabilization of emulsion. And last one is coating of the tablets. Now I would like to start with surface active agents. What do you mean by surface active agents? Surface active agents are hydrophilic and lipophilic, and it reside at interfaces and lower the interfacial tension, and it can be synthetic or natural. Or surface active agents are anionic, cationic, non-ionic, and zwitterionic. When we talk about the surface active agent, then we can say that molecules and ions that are adsorbed at the interface are termed as a surface active agent or surfactant. In the physical sense, surface active agents are defined as substances which reduce the interfacial tension. In other words, when we discuss about the chemical sense, then we can say that surface active agents are defined as polymer like substances which have both polar and non-polar groups so that they remain at the same interface. As per the definition, surface active agents are termed amphiphils, indicating that they have hydrophilic, that is water loving, and lipophilic, that is oil loving portions are in their structures. The functional groups such as alcoholic, carboxylic acid, sulfate, and quaternary ammonium contribute to the hydrophilic portions. Alkyl chain contribute the lipophilic nature of the molecules. For example, ethyl alcohol is miscible with water in all proportions. The aqueous solubility of amyl alcohol is much less in comparison to ethyl alcohol, is insoluble in water and strongly lipophilic. Now, I would like to start with anionic surface active agent. When we discuss about the anionic surface active agent, then we can say that it has a negative charge, and it is widely used in the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries, and it have an unpleasant taste, and it have skin irritation potential, and it not compatible with cationic surface active agents. And last one is anionic surface active agents compatible with non-ionic and deuterionic surface active agents. Now here the different types of anionic surface active agents. First of all, I will start with SOAPs, that is fatty acid change range between 12 to 18. First one is sulfates, that is most popular. It is used in a toothpaste, shampoos and all. Next one is sulfonate, that is sulfur atom connected to the carbon atom. Molecules is less liable to hydrolysis than are sulfates. Next one is N-acyl taurines, that is good for skin compatibility, and it is exhibit a good stability over wide range pH and compatible with hard water since their magnesium and calcium salts are soluble. And next one is monoalkyl phosphate, that is low skin irritation potential. It is used in face and body liquid cleaner. And next one is alkyl isethionate, that is used in the soap and shampoos for their mildness and foaming properties. And last one is an alkyl sarsuyanate, that is produce a rich foam and have excellent skin compatibilities. When we talk about the cationic surface active agent, it have a different property. It has a positive charge. Cationic surface active agents can be used as bactericidal agent absorbed cationic surface active agents onto negatively charged surfaces. Cationic surface active agents are used as hair conditioners and fabric softeners. And cationic surface active agents are electrolytes and are incompatible with anionic surface active agents. And it has compatible with non-ionic and deuterionics, and it is quaternary ammonium compounds are among the most extensively used cationic surface active agents. Now here are the types of cationic surface active agents. Here the different types. First one is alkyl benzyl dimethyl ammonium salts. For example, germicide. Next one is alkyl trimethyl ammonium salt. For example, emulsifiers. Emulsifiers are also very effective germicides. I would like to discuss about the non-ionic surface active agents. Non-ionic surface active agents are not electrolytes and it has no charge. Non-ionic surface active agents are not affected as much by the presence of salts or charges in the pH, and non-ionic surface active agents are hydrophilic group may contain hydroxyl group or saccharides. Now here different types of the non-ionic surface active agent. First of all, I will start with polyoxyethylene alkyl ether that are widely used in the pharmaceutical and cosmetic industries. It the longer the polyoxyethylene chain, the more hydrophilic the molecule and the higher HLB values. Fatty acid alkanolamide, it is used extensively in the shampoo as foam stabilizers and viscosity enhancer. Sorbitol fatty acid ester, it is the next types of the non-ionic surface active agent that are used in the combination with polyoxyethylene sorbitol fatty acid ester. And last one is polyoxyethylene sorbitol fatty acid ester that is used in extensively in the pharmaceutical cosmetic industry and as well as food industries. Alkyl polyglucoside that is used in the dishwashing detergent and the shampoos. I would like to discuss about the deuterion surface active agents. It have a different property. Deuterion surface active agents are compatible with all types of surface active agents, and it can be anionic, cationic or deuterionic depending on the pH of the medium they are in. Surface active agents main use in as co-surfactants to boost the foaming property of the other surfactants. Deuterion surface active agents and alkyl betaines that leads to minimal skin irritation, and hard water does not affect their foaming properties. Now I would like to discuss about the insoluble monolayers at liquid surfaces. Molecules which are not soluble in the bulk of the liquids, if the number of the molecules on the surface of the water is low, the molecules will be far away from each other, trying to cover the whole surface. Now, I will start with surface and interfacial tension. First of all, I will discuss about the surface tension. What do you mean by surface tension? The tension of the surface film of a liquid caused by attraction of the particles in the surface layer by the bulk of the liquid, which tends to minimize the surface area. And next one is the interfacial tension. Interfacial tensions occurs at the boundary of the two immiscible liquid due to the imbalance of intermolecular forces. Interfacial tension is the tendency of an interface to become spherical to make its surface energy as low as possible. Here the condition when a drop of the oil is added on the surface of the water, three things may be happen. First one is the drop may spread as a thin film on the surface of the water, that is positive S, and second one is it may form a liquid lens in the oil cannot spread on the surface of the water, that is negative S, and third condition will take place, the drop may spread as a monolayer film with area that are identified as lenses. Now, for your kind information, I will must tell you organic liquids on water are unstable. Here, effects of molecular structure on spread coefficient, that is S. Here, the different effects. First one is polar groups such as COOH or OH, such as propionic acid and ethanol have high value of S. And second effect is increase in carbon chain of acid will lead to decrease of polar and non-polar chain ratio, thus decrease in sun water. And last one is benzene spreads in water because of its weak cohesive forces. Now I will discuss about the lotion. For lotion with mineral oil base to spread freely and evenly on the skin, its polarity and spreading coefficient should be increased by the addition of the surfactants. Here the best example of the lotion. A lotion is a low viscosity topical preparation intended for application to the skin. While lotion may be used as a medicine delivery system, many lotions, especially hand lotions and body lotions are used for the making simply smooth and perfumes of the skin. Here the different substances that are denoted via dynes per centimeter. First one is ethyl alcohol, that is 50.4. Next one is propionic acid ethyl ether, that is 45.8. Next one is acetic acid, that is 45.2. Next one is acetone, that is 42.4. Benzene, hexane, octane, different substances that are denoted by dynes per centimeter. When we talk about the surface active agent, then we can say that a surface active agent or substances it are substances which lowers the surface tension of the medium in which it is dissolved, the interfacial tension with other phases, and it positively adsorbed at the liquid vapor interface and other interfaces. Here the applications of surface active agents. Now the here different applications of surface active agent. First of all, I will start with in addition to the use of surfactant as emulsifying agent, detergent, wetting agent and solubilizing agent, They find application as antibacterial and other protective agents and as aids to the absorption of drug in the body. One different properties, a surfactant may affect the activity of a drug or may itself exert drug action. Now the next application is foams and anti-foaming agents. Then we can say that any solution containing surface active material produces stable foams when mixed intimately with air. A foam is a relatively stable structure consisting of air pockets enclosed with thin films of liquid gas in liquid dispersion established by a foaming agent. The foam dissipates as the liquid drains away from the area surrounding the air globules and the film finally collapses. Now, here the next application is anti-foaming agent. When we talk about the anti-foaming agent, then we can say that agents such as alcohol, ether, castor oil, and some surfactant may be used to break the foam and are known as anti-foaming agents. Foam have a different property. Foams are sometimes useful in pharmacy but are usually nuisance and are prevented or destroyed when possible. The undesirable foaming of solubilized liquid preparations poses a problem in formulations. Now the next topic is electrical properties of interfaces. When we talk about the electric double layer theory, then we can say that the double layer, or also known as electrical double layer, is a structure that appears on the surface of an object when it is exposed to a fluid. The object might be a solid particle, a gas, double, or a droplet, or the porous body. The double layer refers to the two parallel layers of charge surrounding the object. It is considered a solid surface in contact with a polar solution containing ions, for example, an aqueous solution of electrolyte. The next property is nulls and zeta potential. When we talk about the zeta potential, then we can say that the potential difference is existing between the surface of a solid particle immersed in a conducting liquid, for example, water, and the bulk of the liquid. And zeta potential is the electrical potential at the slipping plane. The plane is the surface interface which separates mobile fluid from fluid that remains attached to the surface. Zeta potential is the scientific term for electrokinetic potential in collider dispersion. The potential at the solid surface due to the potential determining ion is the electro electrothermodynamic, that is Nernst potential, and it is defined as the difference between the actual surface and the electroneutral region of the solution. The next property is zeta potential. The potential located at the shear plane is known as the electrokinetic or zeta potential. The zeta potential is defined as the difference in the potential between the surface of the tightly bound layer and the electroneutral region of the solution. Now the zeta potential has practical application in the stability of the system containing dispersed particles, since this potential rather than the Nernst potential governs degree of repulsion between adjacent similarity charge and dispersed particles. Now the next point is surface active agent, surfactant. The substances with part of their molecule lipophilic and part of hydrophilic move on their own the surface or interfaces of the liquid where they lower the surface or interfacial tension. The dual character of their molecular often represented in a graphic form as a circle with a tail. When we talk about the circle, then we can say that hydrophilic part or polar part, and when we talk about the tail, then we can say lipophilic or the non-polar part. Thank you very much for your patience throughout the entire lecture. Thank you so much.